Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's mani, we're going to be dipping into dip powders from Bling Galleria, and I'm also going to show you how to encapsulate glitters today by using the gel method so you can safely file and buff directly on top of those beautiful glitters without damaging them. We are going to be doing a very simple mani today. We're starting off here with Gray Date, which is just a beautiful soft gray. It's a great color to have in your collection, and I like it because it's like the perfect tone of like lightness and it's like not too dark. We're also doing the gel method today, and we are using these gels. They are a HEMA free formula, and they are also from Bling Galleria. And I will say that the combination of these dip powders and the gels are definitely chef kiss. So we are doing 2 coats today of this beautiful gray, and when we go in with that second coat, that's when you're going to see this color just become even better. And if you are looking for a more in-depth tutorial on how to do the gel method or even tips and tricks, I will go ahead and link another video that we did last week Saturday on my channel with tips and tricks mastering the gel method featuring Bling Galleria. I will link that in the cards at the end of the video so you can check that out. So now that we have that first coat, we're going to just go ahead and cure, dust off, and I cured for 30 seconds, and then we're going to go in with another layer here of gel base. Now I am doing a very thin layer here, and these gels from Bling Galleria have a very thin consistency, so it's really easy to get a very thin layer. And now this is when you can see this color just completely come to life. I really like, it's a very like soft, almost an elegant gray, if that makes sense. I love it so much. So I did the rest of the 2 coats off camera, and you can see here it is just simply beautiful. It's a very simple mani, but yet we're adding a touch of sparkle. Now this glitter, it is everything. It's really beautiful, and I felt like it paired perfectly with Gray Day. We're also going to be using this precision tool as well. So what we're going to do now when we're working with glitters, I'm going to start off with a layer of gel base here and make sure that nail has a very thin layer of gel base and it's completely covered. And then we're just going to dip into this cupcake liner here and just pick up some beautiful sparkle. So now that we have this nail covered, you might notice you have some bare spots. It's okay. We will fix that when we go in with the second coat. I am going to take the precision tool here and clean up the sidewalls, the free edge. If you're not making press-ons and you're doing this on your actual nail, make sure you clean up that cuticle line. And then I'm just going to gently press everything down ever so lightly. I like to make sure I spend a little bit of time pressing everything down when it comes to working with glitters or foils, just to make sure everything is laying super flat. So then at the end, after we cure, we have a really awesome filing and buffing surface. So you can see here with those glitters that everything is really laying flat for it being the kind of glitter that we are using. So I cured for 30 seconds, and now I'm definitely spending some time there brushing that nail off. And we're going in with a second layer of gel base, and this time I'm really going to make sure I am working this gel base into all those nooks and crannies, making sure that we have this nail completely saturated before we go in with that second dip. And now we're going back into that cupcake liner, and check it out. It is the perfect, amazing sparkle. I love the color shift to it. It's like very fairy tale and ethereal, because depending on which way the light hits it, you're pulling in some pinks, some purples, a little bit of like this beautiful like minty green. I don't know, I love it so much. So I'm just cleaning up those sidewalls here, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing. Gently press everything down before we go ahead and curing, just to make sure everything is laying really flat. Now at this point, if you notice you still had like a weird bare spot or an area that could use a little bit of more glitter, you could definitely cure it and then hand place a few more pieces of glitter on the areas that you want. But I'm super satisfied with the coverage and how everything is laying, so I did not need to do that. So now everything is laying completely flat. We're going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. Now we're going to go ahead and dust off and get this nail prepped for filing and buffing. So the first step, I'm going to apply a gel base layer to this nail, but I'm going to apply it a little bit differently. I'm going to make sure that I am working this brush into the nail and making sure I am getting this product into all those nooks and crannies. You can see here that I am just really working that product into the nail. I want to make sure that everything is completely covered with this layer of protection before we go ahead and cure. And then once I'm satisfied, we will go ahead and cure for a full 30 seconds. Now that that's curing, we're going to go ahead and do a layer of gel top coat on the nail. And this time, since we went ahead and filled in all those nooks and crannies, we have a really smooth surface now. So I'm just applying this gel top coat directly to the nail, and then I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. Now that it's cured, we're going to take a little buffer block and I'm going to start buffing directly on top of this nail here. And I am not worried about cutting into any of these beautiful glitters because we encapsulated with a layer of gel base and cured, and encapsulated with a layer of gel top coat. So we can completely file and buff this nail just like we would if we were using dip liquids and used a clear powder over it. So you are good to go. And I will say I am pretty heavy-handed when it comes to filing and buffing, and I did not break that barrier of protection between the gels and the glitter. Everything was still looking crystal clear. So this is the method that I feel works best for me when I'm clearing and encapsulating with gels. So then after the buffing block, I'm going in with my regular file now, just cleaning up the sidewalls, the free edge. I'm going to reshape just a little bit. Also, a helpful tip, if you are making press-ons, make sure you spend some time really filing underneath that nail just to make sure that if you did get any of that dip powder under there, that you are filing that off. And it will also help with a more seamless application when you are applying that press-on to your natural nail. So then after that file, I'm going back in with the buffing block one more time just to make sure everything has like that seamless flat finish. And that is all I did for filing and buffing when it comes to encapsulating glitters with the gel product. And then just to show you that everything is laying super flat and clear, I just am cleaning up the dusting powder here with a lint-free alcohol wipe. And then to seal in this nail and the rest of the mani, we're going to do a layer of gel base on the nail. And then I'm going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. And you can see that sparkle just kind of shine through and just come to life, and it is just like the purest crystal clear finish. And I did apply the gel base to the other nails. Then to seal up this mani, we are doing a layer of gel top coat. I'm gonna apply it to all the nails and then cure for 30 seconds, but you can see this sparkle, it is everything. And you can really see here that this gray, it's really beautiful, and adding that top coat and that gloss kind of like changed the whole dynamic of this gray. This gray would look good with a shiny top coat or even a matte. So here's our finished mani. It's a very simple mani, but yet we had a pop of bling here on our accent nail, and you can see that that glitter nail is just coming through with all that blingy goodness. It has a crystal clear finish. We filed and buffed directly on top of it and did not damage any of those glitters, and everything is just laying super flat. So everything that we did use in today's video can be found in that description box below. If you haven't checked out Bling Galleria, definitely head over to the Etsy shop. There are tons of beautiful colors and very unique foils. You're definitely going to find something that catches your eye, and I'll see you all in the next one.